Today we're going to talk about the one hip stretch that every man should be doing, because I know you're not doing it yet. And I'm going to show you a couple different options to help you get the most bang for the buck, and so you don't have any excuses for not doing it. So if you're ready, let's get ready to think right, move right, and feel right. You're going to have to do a transition here. I think I'm stuck. I need it. Oh God. Oh God. Just kidding. No, I can get up. I can get up. See. First of all, as a man, I know you think that the widest your feet ever have to go is this so that you can cross your arms and spit tobacco on the ground. But did you know that even men should be able to have their feet wider than shoulder width apart, maybe even as wide as your own wingspan? I know you don't have sex in this position and you won't ever have to spread your legs in bed like this. Well, maybe if you're in the advanced section of the Kama Sutra, but being able to get into a wider position with your legs can actually benefit you for simple things like general balance and not falling on your butt. Now, I'm not suggesting that you need to be able to do the middle splits, but it can be really helpful to be able to get at least a 90-degree angle between your thigh bones so that you can kick somebody in the face or just be able to balance in awkward positions. Let's say you have to step over a giant castle that's made of Legos that your kid built, or maybe you play pickleball or tennis, you play baseball, and sometimes you find yourself getting into awkward positions. If your hips cannot open, you will find yourself with a very narrow base of support that makes it difficult to pivot, that makes it difficult to balance, and will ultimately lead to you falling on your ass. And also being able to spread your legs wide apart can actually help you in bed because it means you have a nice wide base of support so that you can control your hips a lot more easily. And if you can do this without pain and crunching and tearing in your groin, it's going to be a whole lot better for the both of you. So here's your first simple option for stretching your legs so that you can spread your legs a little bit more. Grab a countertop or a chair and put it in front of you. You're going to have your feet as wide as you can go that doesn't feel like it's too big of a challenge. So if you feel like, oh my God, things are ripping and tearing, that's too much. Just go to where there's like a light amount of stretch, a light amount of challenge. Then you're gonna have that object in front of you, and then you're gonna lean forward into it. When you do this lean, I want you to try to keep the knees pretty straight. They can have a little bend, but I don't want you to like do this, right? So your knees are pretty straight and your spine doesn't change shape, meaning it doesn't curl like this. You want the movement to happen from your pelvis tilting forward, right? Using your hips here. So you're going into this position and you're probably gonna feel a stretch in an area that I don't really wanna show you, but I'm going to anyway. So it's right back here. You're gonna feel muscles along the inner thigh, the back here, kind of in that area that you're so focused on when you're looking at Instagram photos of fitness models. I know those fitness influencers are so inspirational, aren't they? So as you're tipping your body forward, you're keeping your spine in that same shape, and you're feeling the stretch in your inner thighs, your hamstrings a bit, and you're just going to where it feels like a medium level of challenge. For many of you, that is not going to be far. You may only be able to move a couple degrees, and then you'll feel quivering, shaking, all kinds of protestations from near your prostate. But don't give up, just breathe. Try to be calm about it. If you need to, back out a little bit or bend your knees just a tiny little bit to take the pressure off. You want this to be a light to medium challenge when you first start, and as you get better at it, you can go for more intensity. You want to just hold this position for 60 seconds to 2 minutes or possibly longer as you get better and more comfortable in this position. And before I show you the next option, I want to invite you to go to uprighthealth.com/BRB to get the free Body Rebuilding Basics course to help you improve your posture, get more flexible, and get better sleep. Overall, just turn into a better person. So head there right now, uprighthealth.com/BRB. Now, let me show you one of the other options for this stretch. So let's say you're trying this stretch, but you feel like your hips are super locked. You can't bend forward at all from the hips, and it's just coming from your spine. Or you feel like one side or the other is just super stiff, and you'd really like to just focus on that a little bit more, and maybe that'll help you get a little more range. In that case, we can adjust this stretch with a different variation that'll help you be a little more focused so that you can then get a little more motion in your ocean. in your hips, in your hips. You get more motion in your hips. So instead of keeping both knees straight while you do this exercise, you're gonna bend one knee and allow your weight to shift into that side and focus on pushing the hip back on the side that has the straight knee. You really wanna focus on feeling the stretch on this side and really nothing on this side. Your arms, your leg on this side are just helping you maintain the position while the muscles on this side learn how to lengthen and get used to that lengthened position. And after you've done that one side, you can switch over to the other side and focus on feeling that stretch open up. Oh yeah. The same basic rules apply. Hold for about a minute, maybe two, depending on what your body can tolerate. Just remember to take it slow because slow is safe and fast is foolish. And if you are getting frustrated because you're like, oh my God, it's just too intense, it means that you're probably pushing too far, too fast. So just back out of it a little bit. Remember that the position of your bones is determined by your muscles. That's why I remind you to ATM, always think muscles. Don't get caught up in those useless, unproductive loops where you start saying to yourself,
I'm just not made for this. I can't do this. I'm not designed for this. I'm a man. Men shouldn't be able to do this. This is only for women.
because that kind of negative self-talk is not going to get you anywhere, and it's totally self-defeating. If you follow that train of thought for the rest of your life, you're just going to be this stiff guy who cannot get his feet wider than shoulder width apart because, gosh darn it, only women can do that. And seriously, what could be more manly than being able to sit back in your chair and throw your knees wide apart like that? Get a whiff of that. Yeah. That's pure man. The nice thing about this single leg version is you can really play around with angles. You can really focus on controlling your pelvis because you only have one side of your hamstrings yanking and cranking to try to put you into posterior tilt. So this gives you an advantage, and you can push over to one side and really find the different areas that are holding you back from getting your legs to be able to spread wider apart. Now, what happens if you hit a plateau? Maybe you're somebody who's got really strong hamstrings because you've done a bunch of deadlifting, or maybe you are just naturally super duper stiff and you can't seem to overcome a stopping point. Well, in that case, when you feel ready for the extra challenge, you can start throwing in some load that'll make these muscles lengthen and strengthen in that lengthened position. Now for this, you're going to need a nice, sturdy, steady anchor point that you can wrap a band around and tie into a knot, or however you want to do it. Or if you have access to a cable machine, you can use that too. So you're gonna take that band and grab it just somewhere where it's giving you a decent amount of resistance, and then you're going to put yourself in your starting plateau position, and you're going to let it pull you. Now you need to make sure that your spine maintains the right shape, it stays in neutral. If you find that you're just getting yanked into a curve like this, then make sure you do the single leg version, bend one knee, and really focus on getting the stretch into that one side. So now my right side is getting it. You may want to switch hands, see which hand gives you better access to the tension that pulls directly into your groin and hamstrings, and make sure you're getting a nice amount of pull that gets your pelvis and your femur to learn how to articulate relative to one another. Make sure you explore different angles, and I promise you will discover things about your hamstrings and your groin muscles that you never imagined were possible. And again, if you're doing a single leg version, make sure you do both sides and explore that other side real good. I know on my left side, things can get real tangled up from an old hockey injury that I've got and never really fully rehabbed because I was kind of lazy about it. Confessions aside, doing this kind of stretch with load really helps me retrain the inner thigh muscles in those hamstrings on this side so that I can feel strong even in those lengthened positions, and that makes me feel a lot better when I'm on the dance floor trying to cut some rug. When you're first starting off with these stretches, remember that slow is safe and fast is foolish. So start off like Monday and Thursday or Tuesday and Saturday for the first week or two, so your body has a chance to get used to this new stimulus. And then over time, you can increase the frequency, increase the intensity, increase the depth, and all of that good stuff. But don't try to go super hardcore your first time, or you might hurt something like your hamstrings or your groin. And I'm sorry, but I will not take responsibility for your groin. Once you try these stretches and you get into a groove with them, let me know what you notice changing in your life or your love life. And I also invite you to check out the Healthy Hips program at uprighthealth.com/DIY. It's a comprehensive program to help you rebuild your hips at home so you can do all that fun stuff you want to do at home. And also YouTube and I think you will enjoy these videos for improving your hip mobility here. Like, share, and subscribe with a bell notification on. And as always, I hope you remember that pain sucks. Life shouldn't.